Evening time, top of the evening. We back at it again with another one from the A Society, Slowly but surely, we're going to go all the way up. No need for me to sit and wait and do anything other than get right to the content, because that's what we're here for. We talking about Nation's Tendernism. Mr. Tendernism himself. What's going on? It's been a lot going on in the media about him. And today, we're going to figure out what's the motion. Because we need him to be prospering, moving forward, going for what he know. Because that's what we know, So hopefully, everything with is on the cool side. So we're going to find out what's the what with Uncle Tender. I ain't calling him Tender, Last name Nism. So what we gonna do is jump right into the content.
Now, I would be lying if I said I was surprised, but our favorite uncle has officially been fired from the plantation.
You want I should treat him like white folks?
No. That's not what I said.
You heard me right. Mr. Tendernism himself, Walter Johnson, has been let go from Destination Smokehouse. The same Destination Smokehouse he helped build. The same place he put on the map. The same business that would still be a sleepy little coffee shop if it wasn't for him. Because let's be very clear, it wasn't the building, it wasn't the menu, it wasn't the branding, it was the glasses tossed, it was that walk-off, it was the rib bone falling clean off the meat.
Indeed, because first and foremost, I knew nothing about Uncle Tendernism at all, until I saw his promo when he threw the glasses. And that was his own, I would say, his way of promoting the business. And what had happened was it took off. It went to a whole national standpoint of viewers and gained revenue upon revenue just because of the fact, So you know how we are. People see things on the internet, and if it's intriguing, if it's funny, if it's whatever the case may be, it's going to get a repost. And he was reposted and reposted and reposted all over. So let's get into it.
It was the personality, the flavor, the soul that only Walter could bring.
I tried telling y'all about tendernism.
And
Tendernism.
None of y'all can tell me you didn't drive out there
Tendernism.
just to see him. But here's the part that really blows my mind. Destination Smokehouse would not even exist as a barbecue spot if Walter hadn't brought the idea to the owner, Nick, during the pandemic. But the tale is old as time. We already knew how the story would end up.
I'd like to introduce you to my new partner, Robert Freeman.
That's diabolical.
We're going to be opening a soul food restaurant together.
Walt and I, we came together.
Oh, no, they didn't bring the Boondocks into it, Irby. Gosh almighty. We're going to be opening up a new business together. Brand new restaurant. Oh, man. One time for the one time. Going to make sure it worked,
We became partners after about 4 years of working with each other. He's the only reason why this place does barbecue. He's the original pitmaster, recipe maker.
The only
everything.
reason.
I owe him everything. That's why we
God.
partners.
You heard what he said?
That's my.
He's the only reason that they do barbecue. The only reason, the sole reason that they do barbecue. People.
Partner.
My brother
Booyah.
Walter.
How do you go from partnerships to
You're fired.
But when one door closes, another one opens, and it's even better. Walter is getting his own restaurant in Texas. We're going to break this down and so much more. But before we do, please be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell for notifications.
Tendernism. Make sure you hit that bell, hit that notification.
Why not harmonize with her?
If you can, if you can. If you can't, you know, we always hit you with the
Wait.
all in a day's work. Let's go.
You don't miss out on stories like this and so much more. Now let's get back into it. So let me take you back a few years. Now, Nick, the owner of Destination Barbecue, posted a video on his own YouTube channel a few years back.
Look at him. He's stressing out. Thinning, going bald. He don't know what to do with himself. He was going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs until our favorite uncle, Uncle Tender, came and stepped in the building,
explaining how this business even became a barbecue spot. Now, he said that Walter gave him the idea. Nick wasn't a pit master. He wasn't a barbecue guy. He wasn't dreaming of brisket and ribs.
Nope.
He was literally running his parents' coffee shop in Hemet, California. Walter walked in one morning, talked to Nick and his mother. He said he was looking for a job. They vibed. Walter made a pot of gumbo, and Nick brought him onto the team. Then the pandemic hit. Walter said, hey, maybe we should sell barbecue. Nick was like, what the hell, why? But after 4 phone calls, mind you, 4, Nick finally listened. Why? Because Walter knew what.
So it was just a coffee shop, a straight coffee shop, selling lattes. And that's what it was. So the pandemic hit, you know, business closed down. It was so much going on during the pandemic, like you couldn't do it was the 6 feet thing. Certain people couldn't go outside, this and that and the third. And also they started like DoorDash in certain places that never DoorDashed or anything of that nature. They started a DoorDash as well. And then in certain places, in certain states, it was that they was able to get liquor, shots of liquor, or, you know, special made liquor drinks delivered through DoorDash. And also as a pickup. But after 4 times, he called him 4 times. How many times? 1, 2, 3, 4. To get in contact with him. And then he finally was like, okay, let's make it work. Fuck.
He was doing. Cooking was in his blood. He had learned from his brother, cooked all over the country, and perfected flavor his whole life.
Yep.
So Walter brings the idea, Walter brings the flavor, Walter starts cooking, and then Walter has an issue in his family causing him to have to leave the job for a month. In that time, Nick said he learned how to do all of this on YouTube. That isn't shade. That's what he said. Nick said that he watched Aaron Franklin, Harry Sue, Malcolm Reed, and more. And that's how he learned, from YouTube. So let's get the
YouTubery, it could get you some things done, but at the end of the day, it's not gonna make it hit. It's not gonna make it so like Uncle Tender. You know what I mean? So I doubt that if every aspect of the barbecue situation that went on was brought and gravitated to him only through YouTube. Because the idea came from
foundation straight. Walter created the idea. Walter created the spark. Walter brought the recipes. Walter brought the personality.
Yep.
Walter brought the viral moments.
Look at
and Nick brought his YouTube tutorials. This was a partnership until it wasn't. And that's when things went left. Now, when the rib bones dropped, when the meat fell clean off, when the glasses flew, a star was born.
Tendernism.
Lines wrapped around
straight
the building.
Tendernism.
Celebrities pulled up. Millions of views poured in. But here's where the story gets dark. Most people thought the restaurant was Walter's. We all did. Because he was the face. He was the cook. He was the entertainer. He was the energy. People said, I drove hours to support this black man. I came because of him.
Yep.
I thought this was his business. But behind the scenes, Walter wasn't the owner. Walter wasn't even a partner on paper. He was, and this is the painful part, the mascot for someone else's business, which brings me to the moment the internet started side-eyeing.
everybody thought Walter was the owner. Uncle Tender was the owner. From all the branding, all the promotion, everything that we saw on the internet was brought to us through, I guess, Smokehouse, but it was being branded through Uncle Tender. So everything that we saw as far as the first interaction with the throwing the glasses, falling off the bone, everything after that, the promotion-wise, it just set as Uncle Tender. And that's what it was. So everybody just took it as a one-way street, as he's the owner, because that's what we saw as the person who was doing the branding. Come to find out, he was just a fucking, excuse my French, he was just a mascot.
Everything. When food critic Keith Lee visited, he wanted to bless Walter directly with $4,000.
So, update. We could not get to Unc. Security said it was over with for the day. They said that he was filming something. I believe he was filming a podcast. We had $5,000 in cash, or $4,000 in cash that we was gonna give him a hand. They didn't take it, so we're not only gonna take this money and feed some people, but we just gonna do what we feel like we're supposed to do in the community.
And as always, after this, I pray and hope that they continue to reach their target audience.
Now, Keith specifically asked for him, but according to witnesses, Walter was blocked from coming out. They said he was busy filming a podcast. So Keith left confused and gave the money to customers.
And the uproar only came because of the fact that Keith Lee, he went to go and support Unc, tried to give him a large sum of money, which was $4,000 to $5,000. It stipulates upon whichever source that we get from. But he wasn't available. So Keith Lee took to the internet. And once that happened, people started digging, and to come to find out that he wasn't the owner. And then the comments, the variety of anger, it surfaced and exploded.
Instead, and baby, that's when the internet woke up.
Finding out that Tendernism destination was not Black owned was not on my bingo card in 2025, especially people that talk about, well, me, as somebody that talks about generational trauma and reparations.
Okay, it not being Black owned. Now, if Uncle Tender was a different race, but the food was still good, the food was still amazing, everything was still the same except for his race, it wouldn't have mattered anything. But so I wouldn't just have a conflict on it because it wasn't Black owned, you know what I mean? But Uncle Tender is an African-American male. He just so happened to be an African-American male, and this is where it leads to.
For everybody saying, I don't see the problem with it. The fact that this man was able to grow a business is exactly what slaves did in this country.
Yep.
We picked cotton, we made the US billions, and then they gave us our freedom. And now we're still fighting for reparations in 2025, while every other nationality that has ever been wronged in this country has pretty much received some type of reparation.
We have all of this partner talk, but when the paperwork is done, it has Nick's name and his mother's name everywhere, and we don't see Unc's name anywhere.
I lived too long, somebody taking advantage of me. That part of taking advantage of me, there's a lot of things people can do in life.
Unc straight from the country, too. That's how you know that cooking is soulful. That Southern soulful cooking. I lived too long to let people take advantage of me. He got it down, hear me? All the way to the T. Get to it, Unc. We got you.
That's not something we do here at Destination.
You know, it's also it's one of those things that it cannot be ignored. People want to know, like, what you're doing so much to help this brand. Yep. Do Walter have ownership or equity in a Destination Smokehouse?
What he's added to the business has been huge and is very visible to a lot of people. But then at the end of the day, it shortchanges so many other people who built this business, including this guy, who when I met him had absolutely zero. And as far as ownership goes, as much as I'll say, because I'm going to respect Walt's privacy, Walt is definitely a part of it.
So in other words, you sat there and called Unc a down low, broke bodied, non-abled citizen of America. Come on now. He had nothing. He had zip zero. You ain't have to tell nobody that. That wasn't part of the program. That wasn't part of the program at all. You didn't have to J-phone Unc like that. That's people, I tell you, boy.
Business. He is not an employee. I would be safe to say that the finances that we have both been able to increase into our bank account since we've been here has been something great for both of us. But talking numbers, talking any of that, I just don't think that's professional. I mean, if anybody really knows Walt, it's an insult to think that he would be taken advantage of by anybody, especially by this guy.
The white man.
Tell it like it is. I'm younger than him.
The white money. He was right, because the white money has now fired him, and Walt is now taking up a collection. He has a GoFundMe. Take a listen at this. Walter, also known as Mr. Tendernism, is a beloved figure in the California food scene. In 2020, he partnered with a small coffee shop, bringing his signature gumbo and barbecue vision to life as it evolved into Destination Smokehouse. Walter's larger-than-life personality quickly became the heart of the brand.
Yes,
in
sir.
viral videos, he'd lift a rib bone, watch the meat fall clean off, toss his glasses, and shout out his now famous phrase, "That's tendernism." Millions followed as Unc delivered unforgettable reactions. Lines stretched around the block and celebrities stopped.
That's tendernism. Got the whole US of A screaming that whole slogan. That's tendernism. Or by itself, solely tendernism.
In to witness the magic. When food critic Keith Lee visited, national attention surged, and many were surprised to learn Walter was the face of the restaurant, not the owner, igniting conversations about viral fame and ownership. Soon after the spotlight intensified, Walter was ultimately fired from the restaurant he helped make famous. But Walter's story doesn't end there. He's launching his own food truck where he'll showcase his signature barbecue and soul food creations, giving fans the authentic flavor and larger-than-life energy that they fell in love with. He'll also travel city to city, reviewing small, locally owned barbecue and soul food restaurants, spotlighting hidden gems, driving foot traffic, and helping hardworking entrepreneurs grow their businesses. More than food, it's about community, culture, and ownership. Walter isn't just tasting ribs, he's building a platform that celebrates small businesses and turns viral moments into lasting impact. That's Tendernism is back, and this time it belongs to him.
And that's exactly what it's about. Doing a 1-2 step for him, for everybody else. And that's what made the people gravitate towards. The whole entirety of the restaurant was due on the fact of Uncle Walt, Uncle Tender. It was just a coffee shop in the beginning. I wouldn't say plain and simple coffee shop, but it was just a meh. You ever seen the Emoji Movie? It was just a meh. But other than that, Unc brung to life. He resuscitated the dying coffee shop and put back life into the whole brand and everything.
I tried telling y'all about tendernism.
Now we have attorney Ken Harris, who in November said
tendernism. He got to say it with his
chest. Been trying to reach out to Walt. Happy that I filed instead of someone else who could care less about Walt. So he hasn't missed the opportunity. Don't know why he didn't file, but I've got his back. So now there's currently 4 filings, and they all show pending. 2 are by the attorney Ken Harris, and the other 2 are by Diamond Smoke Shop. So Kenneth filed twice. Now the thing about trademarks, they only protect the category it's filed in.
If y'all coming in here,
filed the clothing and
shout
merch,
out to the 37
and then he
watchers.
filed the restaurant and food
if y'all
services.
in the building, hit that like button for me one time.
To protect both. And then the second filer we have is Diamond Smokehouse Enterprises, Inc., and you wouldn't believe who owns that.
The white man. Tell it like it is.
The white
man. So we have Diamond Smokehouse here at the top, and then we have both Nick and his mother's.
Tendernism. Tried to get copyrighted by Nick and his mother. It was also said that a lawyer had taken place and tried to copyright it twice, tried to do it twice for him just so he could have it on standby for Unc. But here it's through Nick and his mama. Gosh almighty. Shit taking the whole world by storm.
Name down here at the bottom.
About tendernism.
Unc made this word popular, and this word actually brought people to the restaurant, and look what we do. We end up stealing from him. His name is nowhere on this information. Now, Ken said he's actually trying to give it to him. However, his business partner, Mr. Learn Everything on YouTube, is keeping everything
YouTube Nation
in-house.
Now, what you got to say about that?
So Kenneth filed November 16th, and
now what you got to say about that, huh? You tell me. Because tendernism is mine. He wanted to degrade Unc, take everything away from Unc that he built. Tendernism, see, but the thing about it is that Unc's super old too. Unc like 60, 70, I don't know, but he up there. But at the same time, he didn't know any better. Unc just felt like he was doing something good for the people, and he's up in their age, and he was like, okay, he probably felt like, okay, well, I'm busy, I'm working every day. You know what I mean? Like, this doesn't matter to me as much as he didn't know that it should matter to him. But at the same time, Unc was doing the things out the generosity of his heart. He took the business from the coffee shop and turned it into a whole barbecue business, and flipped the whole scene of it. So, and they don't want to give him anything towards it, and they trying to take everything from him. Come on now.
Diamond Smokehouse filed December 6th. Now, Kenneth Harris filed first, but his filing says intent to use, meaning he wasn't using it yet. Nick filed later, but his says first use in commerce is April 17th, 2024. So legally, Nick is trying to argue I used it first, so even though I filed later, I still own it.
I have an update on Destination Smokehouse stealing Tendernism and filing a trademark without including Unc on it. First, let me start by saying, yes, Destination Smokehouse filed a fraudulent trademark application with the USPTO for Tendernism under the direction of an attorney. Now, this is my issue with the attorney. We are supposed to do a thorough search prior to filing an application to let the client know, hey, this name is available, or this is a competing application. What do you want to do? Mm-hmm. We all know that it's first to file who gets priority before an examining attorney in order to determine ownership. Kenneth Harris, who's an attorney, decided that he was going to go and file an application under the USPTO in order to protect Unc's rights. And I'm so glad that he did that because it was the right thing to do. Now, here's the issue. The issue is he's been trying to transfer this application over to Unc, but has been unsuccessful in getting in contact with him. I wonder fucking why. Because Keith Lee also had an issue when he arrived in order to bless Unc with a gift. But no, they didn't allow him to see Unc without them present. So I wholeheartedly believe that the owner of Destination Smokehouse is preventing Attorney Harris from getting in contact with Unc in order to transfer this application over because he is the rightful owner of Tendernism, not Destination Smokehouse. What's even more concerning,
he is the rightful owner, not Destination Smokehouse at all. 0%. Destination Smokehouse just wants to, do what they do, slide up under, drip, drop off a little something, something. But hey, that's why you got to get it on your own. Financially stable on your own. Unc wasn't dependent upon it. It's just something that he didn't know. And now that he knows, he's getting back on it.
With this owner. And so he is making it seem like, and I posted all the videos to show you that he has said repeatedly they are partners, they are this, they are that. Guess what? If y'all were partners, you would have added him to that trademark application, but you didn't.
So we are going to just have to see how that all goes down. Now we have a rapper by the name of Cartel Bo who has bought Unc his own restaurant and his own food truck. Now they have text messages going back and forth. Unc said, send me a number and let's connect. Then the number was sent. He said, we'll call a little later today and thank you for thinking of me. Cartel Bo says, definitely Unc, you got help here and we don't want nothing. It's all love, Unc. It's only one tenderness.
So Cartel Bo, he's a Texas artist, and he reached out to Unc to get everything certified for him as far as the restaurant, food truck, anything of that nature, because of the fact that he felt that Uncle Tender was done wrong on all sorts of the board. So it's a whole lot of money. Whole lot of money. Munions. Financial wealth. Munions to be made.
And then a video was sent.
Hey, man, Texas tendernism is in full effect, man. Them people did my boy wrong, man. They did our favorite uncle wrong as hell, bruh. But we not worried about none of that, man, because we already bought the building. We got it down here. We got the barbecue truck down here. So it's connected. However you want to do it. If you want to travel or he want to work straight out his restaurant, he can do it. You know, we've been on the phone. It's really happening, man. Them people did my man's wrong, bro. They exploited him. They exploited our uncle, man. They exploited him, man. They used him, man. These racist ass white people use Unc to the fullest of what they can get out of him. And the second he stepped away, because he was doing it out the heart, out the loyalty, they trademarked the word tendernism, fired him, and told him if he can't use it no more, we gonna sue him. So we breaking all that. That's dead. We done already trademarked another way to say tenderism. He good. We give him his own restaurant. He ain't got to pay for nothing. We coming out of pocket for everything. All we ask y'all to do is, man, bless Unc game, man. Go send a couple dollars to Unc, man. Y'all already know what time it is. Let's get Unc going.
Hey, this is
on the move.
That's all he needed. Y'all, you know, I just got off the freeway kind of late at night.
That's all he needed.
I know y'all come on my page. Officially.
Was a little push start. And he on the way. The train of the track is moving. From destination to destination, he got his own. Little cash flow, and that's going to start up his generational wealth for time and time again. Can't go wrong with that. It was needed. Now, I wouldn't go as far as to say they was racist, because I don't know the people at all. I don't know the people. I mean, if he was that much of a racist, I don't think that Unc from the old school, I don't think Uncle Tender would have been there if he was that. So it's just a form of him miscommunicating the funds and Unc not knowing really, you know? So now that he knows, it's the more you know, the more he can grow. So now that he knows what's going on and what's actually taking place, Unc can go and get to it.
Mr. Tendernism, Walter Johnson. Yes, sir. Y'all come on down now. I'm the Tendernism original. Not nobody else. The original Tendernism. Booyah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is him walking around the restaurant, showing it to Unc, and Unc looks so happy. I am so happy for him. He deserves this the way they did him dirty. I am so happy. So if y'all want to give to the GoFundMe, it will be in the description.
At least you didn't
when
have
they
to go
open
through
up, let's go ahead
whole
and
blank
patronize
canvas.
Unc's spot. Let's make sure we get some of that tendernism, the real tendernism. What I need to do is hear from you. What do you think about everything going on with Unc, Nick, and the tendernism? Leave a comment, and you know how we do. We'll talk about it down below. Talk to you guys later. Bye. As always, thanks for watching.
Gosh almighty. Unc put on for the people. Slowly but surely. Keith Lee slid through Destination Smokehouse and couldn't get in contact with him. But that was all in the days. All in a day's work. And that's what started the whole uproar of everything. Because without Keith Lee traveling to the site, no one would have ever known that Uncle Tender wasn't, you know, who we all thought he was. But that's neither here nor there because of the fact that his motion is being certified now as we speak. Food truck, restaurant, can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. And he's gonna get the support that's needed. Because when I donated to the to his little GoFundMe. but it didn't have that many donations at the time. It was probably only up to probably about like $500 when I first saw it, but now it's grown tremendously from the support of everybody actually knowing that it's him. I guess they had to do their due diligence and find out and make sure that it was him who had posted, but they got it. So hopefully Unc is going up. One time for the one time. And that's how that rock on now. Doc, don't hurt him, Doc. Don't hurt him, Doc. Yeah, I ain't got no mods yet, Doc. But I certified lock you in. I don't know how to. Let me see if I can do it. 1, 2, 3. Please turn on. Add as a moderator. Standard moderator. Okay. All right. I think I did it right, Doc. You know, this is my first time coming up here doing the Lord's work. Let me see if it. I don't know if it worked or not. But if it did, Doc, just let me know. If it did or it didn't. You know? Can't control the trolls. What you gotta do, what you wanna do, let the minds bing them on out, you know? Let the minds bing them on out. Cause in real life, man, I ain't even gonna start talking like that. Cause y'all will get somebody buried under the goddamn ground. Craziness. Yeah, yeah, cause that was wild. They did Unc. But he's coming up under it though. They say that's what he's doing. So all we can do is sit, wait, and partake if everything goes to plan. And hopefully that'll be good enough for Unc to start up and keep his train going. Mandatory. Chat, if you're still in here, for those who are here, let me get a like. One time for the one time, if you can, double tap that screen. You don't have to share it or anything of that nature. You can just double tap one time for the kid. Or thumbs up, thumbs down. It don't matter. All of that's the same. It's all equivalent. If you like the content, if you like, thumbs up, down. God. What y'all doing, chat? Y'all just sitting here vibing with the kid? Huh? Y'all just vibing? On a good hump day? Wednesday? What's today's date? The 25th. 25th of February. Y'all all right out there? What's going on? We got one more. It's been 45 minutes. Okay, chat. It's been a good 45. If you haven't already, subscribe. If you haven't already, like. 2 thumbs up if you can. You know. We're going to vibe back in probably the next 30 minutes to an hour, around about 8:45, 9 o'clock, with a couple more stories. And then that'll be it for the night. And then that should take us all the way till tomorrow. So we're good to go. So remember, hit your notification bells one time and you'll always get it. Let you know when I'm going live. If you don't, you just have to catch me when you catch me. That's all. Something slight. Something real slight.